pronounced that way.
Well, they're donuts. That's how they're spelled. D-O-N-E-T-T-E.
That's how they call them on the
donuts. Because they're
all
small and they're from the 50s.
right.
Hostess donuts.
Donut. I've always called them
Every
donuts.
time I mention it, Hostess sends me a gigantic box. We're out of them, so I thought I should.
Close friends describe me as.
Does it have to be one word?
No. As many words as you want.
Loyal. Loyal.
Or it could be one word.
Loyal.
Strangers describe me as.
Probably reserved.
Only I know that I am.
Incredibly insecure and shy.
My last meal would be what? And I would eat it with whom?
My last meal. That's hard. Oh my God. It would definitely, probably, I don't know, be something boring like salmon, but also have Hostess donuts around the outside of the plate.
Hostess donuts?
Oh, those little powdered.
I know, I've just never heard them pronounced that way.
Well, they're donuts. That's how they're spelled. D-O-N-E-T-T-E.
That's how they call them on the
donuts. Because they're
all
small and they're from the 50s.
right.
Hostess donuts.
Donut. I've always called them
Every
donuts.
time I mention it, Hostess sends me a gigantic box. We're out of them, so I thought I should say Hostess donuts.
Hostess donuts. Where's my Hostess donuts? I want some of that actually.
Yeah.
The movie I've seen the most times is
probably The Women, 1939, George Cukor.
Joan Crawford.
Yes, of course.
Rosalind Russell.
Every homosexual definitely knows that film.
Knows
Although,
that
by the
film.
way, homosexual culture, as you and I know it, is dying out.
Oh, these young ones, youngins don't know about The Women.
No. You and I could probably sit here and quote every line.
Every line. When I moved to New York,
Should we try that?
yeah, but to tell you, when I moved to New York, if you wanted to figure out if the waiter was gay, you would say,
Zips up the back and no bones?
no, no. I would say, have you seen Mildred Pierce? And if they knew Mildred Pierce, they were definitely gay. Now, you can't tell.
No, you can't tell.
Okay. I think I'm really good at.
I think I'm really good with people.
I feel sexiest when I am.
Rarely do I feel sexy, surprisingly. I think I have this reputation as being somebody who's so sexual. I think at times in my life perhaps I was. I would like to feel sexy again.
I wouldn't be caught dead in a.
I wouldn't be caught dead in flip-flops.
Oh, really?
Flip-flops on men. Unless you have the world's most perfect feet. And then only at a beach resort, never in the city. I think this trend for men in sandals in the city drives me crazy. Or on a plane. On a plane and someone gets on in flip-flops, it's very strange.
That's just gross.
I don't know how they feel secure enough. I couldn't cope.
Well, you like a boot.
I like a boot. It's the Texan in me.
Yeah. The thing about myself I've learned to love is.
Oh God, all of it. Meaning, I don't think I loved myself very much, and I think I'm still learning to love myself.
I love the smell of.
My dog's ears. I love the smell of my dog's ears. Oh, it's great.
It smells kind of like peanuts.
I was thinking buttered toast.
Oh. I could talk about blank for hours on end.
I could talk about movies for hours on end.
Huh.
I can sum up my life in this bumper sticker.
Just the word lucky. That would sum up my life. Lucky.
Hey everybody, don't forget to like this video and leave a comment if you enjoyed it or if you didn't enjoy it. And for more of the Jess Cagle interview, click on the subscribe.
God damn it.
It's like taking candy from a baby. He'll be able to get out.
6 points in the paint in the first half.
And the River Knicks with a 15-6 run to cut into that Blazer lead. Nice use of the backboard by Rickich.
That's a shot I'm used to seeing Sabonis hit right there. Not comparing it to it. That glass is so nice on that side. Nice to see the big fella step back Jack Sigma style and knock it down.
Foul on McCollum. That's
We only want twos, and if we knock down threes, that'll be fine because they get those twos with their defense and hard work ethic.
at the line. Don't miss the action-packed final season of The Last Ship. All new Sundays at 9 p.m. Eastern only on TNT. Caldwell Pope in his second season with the Lakers after 4 years with the Pistons. Originally a first-round pick of Detroit. 8th overall. Back in 2013. 2-point lead for Portland as we approach a minute left in this first half. Schroeder puts a move on Caldwell Pope. Here's Nurkic. Larry Stotts felt that was not off the rim. And a foul is called on Nurkic.
Now versus Tom Ford. Hey guys, welcome back. So today we were kind of inspired by the BuzzFeed series Worth It. And basically, if you haven't seen that series, what they do is they try like very inexpensive things and then try the most expensive version of the thing that they can find. So today we're going to do Velvet Blazers, and I found a $60 H&M Velvet Blazer, and Blake has it, what is it, $3,800?
Yeah, I would say $3,500.
$3,500 Tom Ford Blazer. And we're going to see, you know, does it really make that big of a difference? Can you guys tell? And is it worth it to you to spend that kind of money? So we're kind of going to go through like why this is more expensive than this and the reasons behind it, and if it does make a difference or not.
I mean, right off the back, I want to ask you guys, can you tell the difference between George's H&M Blazer for $60 and my Tom Ford Blazer for $3,500? Can you?
Comment below. Alright guys, so up first, I will say one thing about this blazer is even after, when you feel this and you feel this, you can tell that it is not the same quality But I mean, looking at it, I don't think you can really tell the difference from a distance.
No, definitely. I mean, especially like on a photo. If you take a photo on Instagram and you post it, I mean, that blazer's gonna look nice. It's gonna look like velvet.
It's kind of like the same as like a real leather jacket versus like a faux leather jacket. You can tell the difference. Looking from a distance, it kind of looks the same. But once you get up close and actually put something on and move in it, you can feel the difference. And obviously, so another thing is these sleeves are very, very short. I mean, I do have long arms, so if you don't really have that problem, not really an issue, but...
So this jacket comes with details, working buttons, which is not quite not common, because it's actually more common than not nowadays. And it's just, you know, I think you're paying for the quality. It's done in the same factory as Xenia. So, you know, Xenias are like, you know, top-notch. Tom Ford equally as well. Made in Italy versus made in China. Although I feel like George's blazer is a little bit more detailed than mine is. Like, you see he has like the pipe stitching. It looks very elegant, very classy. I feel like his jacket is a little bit more dressed up than mine is, and mine is Tom Ford.
Right. But I mean, you still have the pick stitching, you have the, you know, the actually working lapel pinhole. You can see that it's actually like, the lapels are actually stitched so they don't flop or like curl over as like a peak lapel would.
Yeah.
And obviously this wouldn't happen on an H&M blazer because look how, I mean, these are like super thin lapels to begin with. And, you know, there's just some little details like the curvature of the collar and how it fits. And, you know, just little minor things that, I mean, for people that notice and care, make a big difference.
But then, guys, you're spending $3,500 on a blazer that's ready to wear. Keep in mind that this is not made to measure and it's not bespoke. Okay, so usually a bespoke suit or a made to measure suit will roughly run you between $2,000 to $10,000. Okay, now for $3,500, you're getting one blazer. Okay, so it is a luxury item. It is something that you have to want to get, or it's like a celebratory piece. It's almost like buying like a Rolex. I don't think I bought this to stand out and to be different. I bought it because it was a celebratory piece. I bought it when I went to Paris with my fiance and my mother, and it was something that was like, this is more special. You know, it's something that I'll always remember, you know, for years to come.
So now you've seen how these kind of look on us and whatnot. Leave us a comment down below who wore it better, and if you can really tell the difference between the two blazers, and if it's worth it to spend the extra money or not. I mean, granted, there's definitely a blazer in the happy medium place of like $300, $400, $500 that's gonna have probably most of these aspects as well, but it won't be Tom Ford. And if you guys are fashion guys like we are, Tom Ford is, you know, top of the list in everyone's top designers, I would say. Alright guys, so that wraps up the video on H&M versus Tom Ford, the Velvet Blazer Edition. Leave us a comment below. Let us know what your thoughts are. We'd love to have like a little discussion on, you know, price and cost.
Hey guys, so today we're talking about 20 things a guy should never wear.
Hey guys, welcome back, and today we're going to go over the 20 things a guy should never wear. I mean, a lot of our friends have done this video as well, and I think they hit the basics, so we kind of did our list a little differently, and we kind of left off some of the obvious things. So if you comment, don't wear shirts with flames on them, or don't wear cargo shorts,
That's the obvious.
it would have been on the list, okay? We're going to do 20 things that are different than everybody else's list.
So being Jen Styles, I think this is a little bit more tailored towards like the guy who's the more dressed up guy, the dapper guy, the suited guy.
Okay guys, but before we get started, we wanted our YouTube fam to become our Instagram fam as well. So if you didn't know, we're on Instagram, we post every day, we have Insta stories. It's kind of more how we do our vlog type, so you get the behind the scenes look of everything we do and stuff like that. But we want to see who on our YouTube channel already follows us on Instagram. So I'm going to put an emoji right here in this area. And if you guys see this video, head over to the last photo on our Instagram right now and comment that emoji, and we'll know you guys came over from YouTube. We just want to see, you know, how that's working. So yes, exactly. So at Gents Lounge on Instagram, and hopefully we'll see you over there. All right, on to the video.
On to the video, guys. Okay, so number one, most obvious, flip-flops with jeans.
So on our friends list, flip-flops was a no-no just in general. But we live in Southern California, so flip-flops are kind of like a staple piece. You know, especially there's beaches everywhere. So at the beach, I'd say flip-flops are okay. If you're gonna wear them I don't think out in public, if you're not going to swim or be near sand, but especially with jeans when they're like super baggy jeans that like flop over the flip flop, and it's just kind of gross. And
Second is wearing suits in appropriate weather. So guys, I see so many guys in the summer wearing wool suits. Yeah, this suit looks killer, the suit looks awesome, but it's freaking wool and it's like 90 to 100 degrees. Don't do it, guys.
Yes, same with linen in the winter, and stick with the fabrics that go with the seasons. That's pretty much number 2.
Now transition to number 3 is unfitted suits. Basically, it's like just any suit that doesn't fit you. It looks baggy and it just looks awful. Again, you can have a Tom Ford suit, $5,000, and it's baggy. It's gonna look like shit, guys. Just don't wear it.
Not necessarily baggy, but if it's not tailored, like you can have like a wider leg suit, but you still need to get it tapered and fit to your body.
Yeah,
so you don't have to go
exactly.
super slim, but just like things that are ill-fitting, like if things are too long, and that's kind of the issues.
I think the shoulders as well. I mean, like my brother was wearing a size 40, even really he should be wearing a 38.
Yeah.
And instantly it made him look better. He doesn't like super slim suits, but it just looked more appropriate and more proportioned. Simple as that. Number 4, guys. So this goes out to all you ESPN fans. You see them wearing them on ESPN. It's the giant tie knots.
Yes.
Just don't do it. The double Windsors,
Windsor.
sometimes those guys make it look like, if it's possible, like a triple Windsor. The tie is like really small, but the knot is really huge.
Yeah.
Just don't do it, dude.
Yeah, along those lines also, like the weird tie knots as well, like the Trinity knot, and there's a bunch of different names for them. I have pictures up, but like what I'm talking about, guys. It's cool to know how to tie them, but they don't really have like a
purpose. I mean, it looks tacky.
Yeah, I mean a lot of like people that don't understand like style in menswear will be like, oh, it's a cool looking tie knot. I've never seen anything, because it's like you have like a cool braid in your hair kind of thing, but like it doesn't look great, and they always come out super massive. So unless you're like a giant dude, it's not ever going to be proportional to your body.
Okay, so now a nice little quick tangent to go in here. What about a wood bow tie? And what about like a hex tie? You know that one that looks like it's scales?
Yes. So no to both of those. 4 years ago, I would have said yes to a wooden bow tie. And for the right occasion, I still might say yes, but definitely no on the hex tie.
Okay, there you go, guys. Don't do it. Now, number 5 is pretty easy. It's
the opposite.
Yeah, it's the opposite. It's skinny ties. Skinny ties were huge in like 2001. I mean, JT was doing them, and Ryan Seacrest, but it was like 15 years ago.
Yes.
Super skinny ties, especially with like wide lapels. It looks awful, dude.
Yeah, I mean, if your tie is skinnier than 2 inches, which is also very skinny,
yes.
But if it's any skinnier than that, it's definitely too skinny, because you better have like no lapels on your jacket if you're wearing a tie that skinny.
I totally agree.
Or you have to weigh like 100 pounds. So number 6 on the list, like spiky shoes, like the Valentinos and the Louboutins. Like you've all seen them. You've all seen like even the Steve Madden rip-offs of those as well. Those are just, I mean, they're tacky. They were popular about three years ago.
I mean, even leave it to the guys in Jersey Shore to wear those.
Yes.
To wear those. I mean, those are just terrible. I mean, first of all, like,
it just comes across like, look at how much money I have, and look at how obnoxious I can be with the money that I have.
Just don't do it.
Yes.
Simple as that. I don't think we should explain anymore.
No. All right. Number 7 goes along kind of with those guys as well. Bedazzled denim, like if you have like giant crosses and rhinestones on the pockets of your jeans, you're not doing it right.
No. Again, I think we're 10 years too late on that.
Yes.
That's terrible. Yes. All right. Number 8 is V-neck shirts. Okay. Now, unless you're wearing a V-neck underneath your dress shirt, you should not be wearing a V-neck shirt in public.
Yes. I'm sure we're gonna get a lot of hate for this one, because I know there's a lot of advocates for the V-neck. I mean, honestly, when I was in college, I was a huge fan of the deep V. I wore a lot of deep V, and I wore regular V's and all that. But then I found the loose scoop neck, and it still gives you the effect of the V-neck, except it doesn't, like, it's not so harsh and geometrical. Like this neckline looks so much better.
Like this, dude.
Yeah.
Like it's not like
this neckline looks so much better with a suit than like the V-neck. That's just like it's like a V, and then there's like your suit has the V. It's just, I don't know. In our opinion, it's for an older crowd. So if you're 35, 40 plus, you could probably still rock a V-neck with with some vigor.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
if
yeah.
you're younger than that,
Or
I'd
if
say
you're
stay
super
away.
buff. I see those super buff guys, dude. They always rock the V-neck.
I mean, they need room for their head to fit through. But,
Number 9, guys, it's an arm length full of bracelets. Okay, I'm the guy that wears 2 to 3, maybe 4 if I'm pushing it. But some guys literally have bracelets going up all the way to the elbow.
and on like both wrists, and then they have like a full handful of rings. It's, I mean, pretty much over accessorizing is what you should never do in this situation. But specifically, like, how do you have so many bracelets? Just buy one that like means something to you, not like a billion of beads on your
I
wrist.
see guys wearing like a Rolex watch, and they have like the rope wrapped around the Rolex, and they have the beads on this side, and they have all the like metal on this side. It's like, guys, come on now, like that is just too much. Just, you know, don't do it. Be classy. Maybe 2 or 3, maybe 1 on the watch side. That's pretty much it.
All right, guys. Number 10 on the list: excessive drop crotch. Like, I don't mind a little drop crotch if you have a longer T-shirt. I mean, it's in style now. Xanarobe does it pretty well.
Yeah.
But there's like some that'll drop the crotch like to your knees.
Oh, it's
And
terrible.
that's just a little too much. It's hard to walk like that.
looks like a pepper.
It looks like you have like you had an accident in your pants.
Yeah, and I hate to call him out. I've seen Usher in concert, and I feel like he wears that extreme drop crotch where it's like hitting your knees, dude. It just looks terrible. It's
Not a good look, guys.
No. Number 11, guys, is unless you're more of a tally or a doctor or somebody who's in the medical field, you shouldn't be wearing Crocs. Okay, just don't do it. Save your Crocs for home if you're like if you're that guy who needs like extreme comfort. But out in public, don't freaking do it.
No Crocs in public. All right, guys. Number 12 on the list: the fedora, and not ones like these. You know the fedora that I'm talking about, and it's not. I don't think it's necessarily the type of fedora that makes it an awful. It's the connotation that fedora got with the type of guy who wore it before you.
Yeah.
And you don't want to come off. People see that fedora and they think douchebag.
Yeah.
And it's not necessarily because you are a douchebag. It's because a billion people before you that wore that were douchebags.
Yeah.
So
Simple as that. I associate with the guy who's in Vegas and he's gambling, he's drinking his Bud Light, he has a fedora on, he's wearing jeans with flip flops.
and the guys in jeans.
That's the fedora guy.
Yes. All right, number 13 on the list. Sorry, Tom Brady, but no Uggs. And I mean, actually, I will say like the Ugg slipper, like moccasins house shoes, they're super comfortable and they're fine.
Well, this is all for outside of the house.
Yes.
Yeah.
But like the Ugg boot that is popular with the ladies.
Verapaws.
Yes.
Anything that looks like an Ugg. Don't do it. Number 14, I'm kind of indifferent about, like, I hate it, but then I kind of like it. I'm not going to lie. But it's those mules that you see, like, I think Gucci's doing them. So it's like a slipper, but it has like fur in the back of it. Like, when I see guys wear them, I'm like, oh, that's ugly. But then when I see them in the store, I'm like, maybe I'm going to buy a pair.
Yes.
But
I mean,
we're saying that this is, again, outside the house. So we're telling you guys, don't do it. If it's inside the house, maybe wear them as a slipper. But who's going to spend $800 on slippers?
I mean, somebody. The people that are wearing bedazzled jeans and the
Yes.
Louis Vuitton spiky shoes.
Yes.
But we're actually curious. Would you guys wear these mule type shoes? Leave us a comment below. We'll put a little poll up here because that's mostly what I'm curious about. I think everybody else kind of is on board with the other things to never wear.
Yeah.
But these are kind of new and trendy. So I think that's why we think we might like them and want to try them because they're new and something different. But I still don't think we can get behind it.
I don't know.
All right, guys, number 15 on the list, and it's not necessarily something you wear, but you do wear it every day, and that's your facial hair. So, like the goatee and, like, the chin strap and, like, the Three Musketeer.
That's like right here.
Go-
That
Yeah,
Wow.
goatee-looking thing. It's just not a good look anymore. Unless you're playing professional baseball, I think those are, like, the only dudes that can pull off goatees and chin straps
Dodgers.
these days. Exactly. Go Pirates, but I don't think we made it anymore.
Yeah, so we're saying the chin strap, the goatee, and that little weird thing that comes on here.
Yes.
And if you can grow
soul patch. It's a soul patch.
But if you can grow a push through mustache, like those big thick ones,
hell yeah.
more power to you, dude.
Hell yeah.
I mean, do it.
All right, guys. Up next is something that Blake kind of didn't want to put on this list, but I kind of insisted, if you will. So that's fun dress socks. So I used to be a huge fan of polka dots and stripes and loud colors on your dress socks. And
Now he's boring.
recently, I grew up a little bit, and I guess because I don't have to wear suits to work every day, I don't need to have fun with my socks, which I don't know. This is my personal opinion, so you can still love Lake and hate me for this one. But I think a really nice, like, textured colored dress sock with, you know, just like a simple pattern. I'll put up a few examples of what I'm talking about. Looks so much classier and more sophisticated than, you know, a fun, like, ooh, there's like lobsters on my socks kind of thing, you know?
Number 17, guys, is cheap cologne. Now we're talking about like Axe, body spray, anything that you can buy at a drugstore. Don't buy it. It's usually like just too strong and very musky. It smells like my grandpa. You know, like
you can tell it smells cheap.
Yeah, it does.
Or it smells like high school. Like, because everybody wore that stuff, like Bodman and
oh,
like Axe.
Dude, Bodman.
Like,
did you wear that?
Of course. My mom got me the whole set for Christmas, so I was like,
yeah. Me, I was all with the Axe. The locker room was like Axe everywhere.
Oh yeah, there was like a cloud when you walked out of there. Like, okay, so none of that, guys. Just because it's more for a younger crowd. If you're an older, you know, if you're in college and older, you need a more sophisticated scent, some actual cologne from, you know, that, you know, has some. It doesn't come in a spray can. That's it.
All right, number 18. We may get a little bit of heat for this one, but it's dress shoes with sneaker soles.
Yes.
So, for example, those Cole Haan Lunagrands.
Yes.
Those are exactly what we're speaking about. I know when they first came out, they were very bold, like yellow sole, dress shoe on top. But now they're all black, but they still look like a sneaker, but it's like a dress shoe.
Yeah, I mean, make up your mind, guys. Like, wear sneakers with your suits if you're gonna go that route, or wear dress shoes. Like, it's just in between. It doesn't make much sense. All right, guys, getting close to the end of the list. 19. Graphic tees, like big, you know, you got things you wore in high school, like band t-shirts and stuff like that. I know band t-shirts are making a comeback with H&M and all that. They're doing like bands they probably don't even listen to and stuff. But yes.
Number 20, guys. This is the last one. I think it is something that no guy should wear, especially somebody who's like dressed in suits and dresses sharp. It's a shirt with holes.
And I know these shirts are super popular now. They come like ripped with, you know, you can see through them. And it's just, I mean, it looks like you got in a fight with a bear or something.
It doesn't look good. And especially when I see the guys with tailored denim and nice shoes and the shirt's all torn up, like, it looks like crap.
I mean, yeah, just no holes in your shirts, guys. That shouldn't even have to be on this list. It should be like a given.
Yeah, just wear a vintage-inspired shirt instead.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Simple.
Okay, guys, that wraps up 20 things that guys should never wear. Remember, YouTube fam, we are trying to let you become our Instagram fam as well. So comment these emojis. Let us know you came over and saw this video. We really appreciate it. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe to this channel. Tell your friends about us. You know, like and comment. Go tell your friends about it. And comment below what we forgot off the list that's not obvious. Because we left off the obvious things on purpose, guys, okay?
Yes, on purpose.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thanks.
And up next, Blake doesn't necessarily agree with me on this one, but I forced him to put it in there.
Yes.
And that's like...
That's what she said.
That's the creepiest laugh I've ever heard.
You said I couldn't stop. You said it. I was like, oh my god. That's what she said.
Alright, ready?
Yeah.
Ah, my abs hurt.
Relax. You worked out once, dude.
That's why. Hey guys, today I'm going to talk about my favorite fragrances for summer. Hey guys, welcome back to Jen Genesis Lounge. I'm George. If you have not hit that subscribe button yet, hit that right now and ding that little bell icon so you get notified every time we release a video. Alright guys, before we get this thing going, I want you to comment down below what your signature fragrance is or what fragrance you wear during the summer. So up first is from Atelier Cologne, and what they do is called a Cologne Absolute, which is a more highly concentrated cologne. I actually received this back in, I think, March, and I fell in love with it. It's a really fresh, citrusy scent. Obviously, like they say, California Clementine. You really smell the oranges. It smells fresh. It smells clean. It is a unisex scent, so anybody can use it. I will tell you, the ladies love this one. It's perfect for kind of a daytime scent. It's not really, doesn't really hold up well at night, but during the day at the beach, out and about, this has been my go-to for summer. Alright guys, the next four on the list are from Scentbird, so they do not come in their original bottles. They are sample size, but if you haven't heard of Scentbird, it's pretty much like Netflix for cologne. So they send you one cologne a month, and you get to try new stuff, and it's sample size, so if you don't like it, it's not really too big of a deal. You get something new next month. I think we have a code somewhere to get 1 month free, so if I can find the link, I will put it down below if you guys want to check out Scentbird, but let's get into the colognes. So up first, we have this Acqua di Parma Bergamoto di Calabria, sorry. So I actually took a trip to the Amalfi Coast in March and got to go to the Acqua di Parma store in Rome. Wow. And after visiting all of these places that they made the scents after, it's really spot on, guys. So this one is for Calabria, and it smells, I mean, you got a little bit of the bergamot. Obviously it says bergamoto, so it's bergamot a little bit, but it's very heavy citrus, heavy lemon scent. So once again, another daytime scent. I put it right on the lines of California Clementine right here. So if you're more of a lemon than an orange fan, go with this one. So we got Tom Ford Vetiver Eau de Parfum. If you don't know by now, Tom Ford does everything well, so why wouldn't his cologne smell phenomenal? But this is definitely more of a summer nighttime scent for me. So, you know, it's more earthy, more kind of subtle, not a lot of citrus notes going on. But with a tuxedo or a suit on and a drink in your hand, this definitely makes a statement. It smells James Bondish, if that makes sense. It smells pretty James Bondish, if that makes sense. So, Tom Ford, good job. Love this one. This is more the nighttime fragrance, I would say. Up next, English Laundry Oxford Blue. This one is awesome. So, pretty much, this is kind of an all-the-time scent for me. So, maybe not super sophisticated for like a classy night out, but during the day, and then if you're going out to the bar with a coworker or something, this is definitely a day to night scent for me. It's fresh enough to be worn during the day and holds up enough to stand out at night. So English Laundry Oxford Blue, probably my number one on this list right now. And last but not least, we have Acqua di Parma Fico de Amalfi. Like I said, I was a very big fan of the Acqua di Parma store when I went in Rome, so I got all of the line from Scentbird that I could find. So this one right here is based on the Amalfi Coast, which is Capri Positano. Basically, if you want to go to the beach in Italy, you go to the Amalfi Coast. So this one, also fresh, very, very kind of oceany, little bit of herbs in there. But this could also go day to night for me, but still more of a daytime. There's a lot of daytime in the summer because I feel like it's sunny most of the time anyways, and you're not really layering up to put that earthy tones on with your outfit. So I love this one as well. But this one probably is the lowest of my top 5. So if I had to rank them in order, I would go, let's see, English Laundry Oxford Blue, California Clementine, Acqua di Parma, Tom Ford. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Genesis Lounge. I'm George. Today, Blake is out of town, so my boy Devin on Deck is in town with me. We are hanging out. If you don't follow Devin on Deck already, you should. If If you want to learn how to build your Instagram, build your brand, take better photos, be a style visual god, this is a guy to follow. I'll link his account down below. But basically, this is part 2 of
plus the scent, the fragrance for him.
What's up, guys? My name is Brock. You're watching The Modest Man. Today we're talking about 10 rookie style mistakes that you should try to avoid. Okay, when it comes to improving your style, most advice is additive. It's about what you should do. You know, wear this, buy that. And even if it's great advice, sometimes you just don't have the time or money to implement it. But you can also improve your style by simply avoiding mistakes, and that's what this video is all about. I'm talking about things that you can start doing right now, today. So here are 10 style mistakes you should try to avoid. Number 1, wearing athletic socks. Okay, the only time you should be wearing athletic socks is, you guessed it, when you're doing athletic things. So if you're playing sports or if you're working out, athletic socks are fine. It doesn't matter if they're short, long, you know, what color. You can also wear no socks at all with certain types of shoes, but I really love no-show socks, and if you want to read about my favorite no-show sock brands, I'll link to an article about that down below in the description. Okay, mistake number 2, wearing a backpack with dressy outfits. Now, if you read GQ, you'll probably see a bunch of people dressed up in suits wearing sneakers and backpacks, but let's be honest, it's actually not a good look, and most of us in the real world can't pull it off and wouldn't want to. And it doesn't matter if it's a designer backpack. I don't care if it costs $25 or $2,500. It's just not a good idea to wear a backpack with a suit. Backpacks are great for certain people in certain situations, like if you commute on a bike, or if you're a student, or if you're hiking. But if you're wearing a suit to an office or to a business meeting, a backpack is never appropriate. So you're going to want to find yourself a laptop bag or a messenger bag or a briefcase to carry your things. It's going to look much better with a business casual or business formal outfit. And especially if you look young, you know, people are going to take you much more seriously if you have a real bag like a briefcase versus wearing a backpack. Okay, mistake number 3 is wearing casual belts with dress pants. Now, most casual belts are thick. They're either made from leather or canvas or nylon or something like that. They're about 1.5 inches or 1.25 inches wide, and the actual material is thick and durable. Sometimes the actual buckles are sturdy and bulky, and those are great for jeans or chinos or shorts or other casual outfits. But if you're dressing up, if you're wearing wool trousers and a blazer, or you're wearing a suit, you're going to want to wear either no belt at all or a dressy belt. Now, dressy belts are usually made of higher-end materials, so they might be made from full-grain leather or patent leather, so they have a little bit of shine to them, and they have more of a minimal, thinner buckle, so they're not going to protrude as much from the waistline. Also, dressier belts are thinner, and I think if you're a smaller guy or a shorter guy, your dress belt should be no wider than 1 inch. Anything wider than that is going to look a little too casual and a little too big for your build. So try to avoid wearing thick casual belts with dress pants. Okay, mistake number 4 is wearing a casual outerwear with suits. I see this all the time. I see guys out there wearing really nice, tailored, high-quality suits, then they have like a shiny, puffy parka on over top. And it just kind of ruins the look. It's a mismatch. It's the same as like wearing sneakers with a suit. It just doesn't really make sense. And I realize that in certain locations it's so cold outside that the only thing that will keep you warm and safe is a parka. In that case, that's fine. But for most men, it's going to be a much better choice to wear like a wool top coat, something in navy or charcoal or camel that's a little bit more formal than like a parka. Parkas by nature are sporty, they're technical, and they're very casual, especially if they have a lot of details and a little bit of shine to them. So, try to get yourself a wool formal coat, like a top coat. Make sure it doesn't go past about mid-thigh, and that can be your go-to outerwear when you're dressing up. Mistake number 5, wearing dress shirts untucked. Now, there are 2 different kinds of button-up shirts. There are dress shirts and there are casual button-ups. Dress shirts are longer because they're meant to be worn tucked in. They also have curved hems to keep them tucked in. And then they have more formal details like stiff, structured collars. They might be made of more formal materials, like just different types of cottons and using different weaves, usually like thinner and finer and more crisp than casual button-up shirts. These kinds of shirts aren't meant to be worn casually. They're not meant to be worn untucked. Now, on the other hand, you have casual button-up shirts. They're shorter in length. They have more casual details, like maybe they have a chest pocket or a button-down collar. They have unstructured or soft collars and soft cuffs. And they have a different shape of the hem, and they're meant to be worn untucked. In fact, a lot of these shirts are too short to actually tuck in. But I see a lot of guys, and they just take their dress shirt and they wear it untucked, and that's like their going out shirt. And they think that they're dressed up because it's a dress shirt. But really, it looks horrible, and it's usually way too long, especially if you're a shorter guy. So really, you should have two different types of button-up shirts in your closet, and they should be separated and used for different occasions. You have your dress shirts, and you have your casual button-ups that you can wear untucked. Mistake number 6 is wearing dark socks with light colored pants, or light socks with dark colored pants. This one's really easy. You want to avoid wearing, for example, black socks with light khaki colored chinos, or white socks with a black suit. This just creates like a weird mismatch, and it just looks like you don't really know what you're doing. So, a good rule of thumb is to make sure that your socks are the same color as your pants, maybe just a little darker. So if you're wearing a gray suit, dark gray socks are going to look really good. If you're wearing brown chinos, dark brown socks are going to look perfect. Now, of course, you can wear different colors, but this is just a good rule of thumb. The thing you want to avoid is that stark contrast, so like black pants with white socks. That's usually not a good look. Oh, and to the guys that wear like crazy, bold, loud, kind of wacky socks, I think that's a bit overrated. Mistake number 7 is wearing dress shoes with jeans. I understand there are certain types of jeans that can be dressed up, slim fit, dark wash, tapered jeans. You can wear dressier shoes like wingtips or dress boots with those. I'm not talking about those. I'm talking about like medium wash or light wash jeans. And what I see a lot of the times is guys wearing casual jeans, and then they have like black Oxfords or brown double monks, and they're just way too dressy for the type of pants that they're wearing. And in my opinion, that's a huge mistake. Most jeans, no matter how formal and how fitted they are going to look a little weird or a little too casual with super dressy shoes like black Oxfords. If you really want to wear that kind of shoe, I would go with like a brown wingtip. Or, a better bet, in my opinion, just wear some boots, wear some dress work boots, Chelsea boots, chukka boots. Those are perfect for jeans, or you can always wear like a casual or even a dressy loafer. But try to stay away from like super, super dressy shoes with jeans, which are casual in nature. Mistake number 8, and this is a personal pet peeve of mine, is wearing boat shoes with dressy pants. Boat shoes are very, very casual, and I think a lot of guys kind of get this wrong because they look like loafers. They're kind of like loafers, but they're actually completely different shoes. Now, boat shoes are meant to be worn with like cuffs, chinos, and chino shorts, or swim trunks. Maybe linen pants in the summertime, but they're really not dressy shoes. If you want to wear that kind of shoe, go with a loafer or maybe like a dressy driving moccasin. But really, boat shoes are meant to be worn without socks in casual settings. Mistake number 9 is wearing V-neck sweaters with nothing underneath. Now, this rule is breakable, but in general, V-neck sweaters are best for layering. They look really good when they're worn over a button-up shirt. When you wear a V-neck sweater with nothing under, it exposes too much chest, especially if the V is kind of deep.
the kingdom, what doth thou desire?
Hey, first of all, this is off-white. This is black. What the fuck? It's not even close. What's up, men and women? Everybody loosen up your construction belts and sit down, because today you're going to learn why off-white sucks and why you shouldn't become a part of this rose